Hello, my name is Kathleen Lisson. I am a health coach and a meditation teacher, a lymphedema therapist, and I want to talk about something I read in this book, which is called Tracing the Roots of Health and Happiness. It's by an author. His name is Sandeep, and he's from India, and he shares a lot of health-based information in this book. It's quite a large book. And there was one thing in particular that really struck me as being so important, and something that I didn't learn this specifically in any of my training, which I have training in Western medicine. So this is, the book's available on Amazon, and I am on page 42, and it's in the chapter 4 titled Signs of Health. So this is the author sharing with us an English translation of a document written in Sanskrit. He shares that it is originally authored by Acharya Lakshmana Sarma, who is considered as the father of the nature cure in India. And so these are his signs of good health. One is proper distribution of heat throughout the body. It implies good circulation, especially circulation to extremities, and says that cold feet or hands could indicate a problem in the circulation. Number 2 is a feeling of lightness in the body. And he says, when we are healthy, we do not feel sluggish and heavy. So we're not talking about body weight. We're talking about the feeling of being in our body. Do we feel lethargic, or do we feel light, ready for activity, and have good energy? Number 3, a sense of well-being. Although this may be similar to a feeling of lightness, there is a difference, Sandeep says. When we are not well, there is discomfort in the body. Well-being is when there is no discomfort or disease, and we are comfortable in our bodies. Number 4 is a keen hunger. He says hunger is a good sign of health. It indicates that our body is digesting the food well and is ready to be nourished again. We're not talking about like untimely hunger, he says, like feeling hungry every half hour. That is a problem. But the idea that we can have a keen hunger, that we can fully digest our food and then feel hungry again. Number 5 is sound sleep. And I absolutely agree with this. Sleep plays a vital role in our health. The ability to sleep well without any discomfort or disturbances indicates that we are healthy. Feeling fresh in the morning is the sign that we were able to rest well. Sign 6, clarity over mind. Clarity of mind. So mind over matter is something which we hear often, he says, and the mind has a huge role to play in our physical well-being, but it works the other way around. When the body is doing fine, when the body is healthy, there's a clarity in the mind. And I absolutely agree with him saying, in my opinion, it is quite impossible to feel this clarity when the body is not doing fine. Like the first sign for me that I might be getting a bug, that I might be getting a flu, that something's not right, is like I don't have this keenness and clarity of the mind. The next one, good energy levels. We're not talking about, he says, the boost of energy after having a cup of coffee. It's more like the consistent natural energy level that is provided by having nutritious foods and other self-care practices. The next one, a willingness to do work. So he says, and this is so great, when we're sick, we feel like taking a day off of work and resting for the day. And when we're healthy, we're willing to accept work and face the challenges that come during the day. So being willing to work, having that, ability, that feeling in their body that, yes, we can go into work today and put a full day of work in. Proper elimination. Elimination of toxins and waste generated by our body through perspiration, urination, defecation, respiration. So if all of these are happening naturally, regularly, it's a sign of good health. So these are the Sanskrit authors' signs of good health, and Sandeep says he believes there's some other indicators as well. So his personal ones are quick wound healing. Definitely, if your wounds heal up fast, it's an indicator of health. And if your wounds aren't healing up fast enough, that is making me think and ask more questions to my clients as they're recovering from plastic surgery. And he says a healthy libido, appropriate for your age. That because when we're sick, our libido usually decreases. And he says this is also a reason why many health foods also happen to be aphrodisiacs. And then this rule may have some exceptions, so take it in the right context. I love this, and I love his additions, mostly because I feel like in our Western medicine, we are not asking all these questions. We are much more focused on, let's take a test, let's look at your lab values, and then let's see if the lab value matches some, predetermined map or chart of whether your lab value is correct or not. I see this a lot in talking to people who have autoimmune disease, other chronic illnesses. If the lab value says one thing, the doctor is telling them that either they are sick or, more importantly, that they're not sick. And these are people who are saying, look, I have all these other symptoms, but what is focused on is what can we prove? What can we actually, look at in your blood to say whether some process is happening or not. And I think we're losing out on a more holistic definition of what is good health. So just because your blood work looks good does not mean you have good health necessarily. If all these other things that Sandeep is talking about that we can take from, people who have a lot of wisdom in other countries, in this one in particular in India, their medical system, this wisdom we should try to integrate as well. We can integrate it in our own personal health and our health of our family, asking these questions of people, looking at their holistic health, and also if we are medical providers, to take the time to actually look into all the dimensions of health that our clients have. All right, thank you so much.